If you've just realized that you're burned out, this is where most people mess up. And it's the reason why most will end up right back here 1 year later. Nobody ever warned you that awareness doesn't feel like relief right away. It's more so an unsettling or shaky feeling. It's like you have just stepped off of something that was supporting you, but it was hurting you at the same time. When you are the person that has managed everything, kept all the plates spinning, uh, held everyone together for a very long time, or as long as you can remember, when you start slowing down, it begins to feel foreign, like, or something's wrong, even when you know that the slowdown is necessary. So if things are feeling quiet for you, but they're not quite peaceful yet, what you're going through is natural. You're actually in the middle of something very important. What comes after burnout awareness isn't yet recovery, and it's not quite you going back to normal yet. It's a transition period. You're holding yourself together just long enough for your body, your nervous system to catch up with the realization you've just come to. You're not here to fix everything or optimize your whole existence. You're just regrouping. Now, I didn't come to that conclusion the first time. I thought that once I was clear enough to see what was happening to me, then I could just sort of jump right back into, that space before all of it fell apart. Unfortunately, I didn't realize I had built my sense of worth around being capable. I should have figured it, firstborn, perfectionist, all of that. So when the energy dropped, I felt like I was losing some familiarity of self, if you will. Even though what I was really losing was just this unsustainable pace that I should not have acquired in the first place. And that's why this phase has to matter to you. It keeps you from rebuilding the same life with just maybe a semblance or a decrease of the exhaustion underneath. And this may surprise you, but once that pressure lifts, your decisions are going to be harder, not easier. Things that used to be automatic suddenly need more thought. You start second guessing your decisions, maybe where you did it before. All of that, it's normal and you're not falling apart. But what is happening is that system catch up that I mentioned earlier. If you've been doing something one way for a very long time and then you stop, you're gonna be sort of careful stepping. You're gonna probably slow down a little bit more. You're gonna try and figure out, is this the right thing to do? Is this safe? So your body is doing the same thing. It's trying to figure out if this is a safe pause, meaning we're gonna actually get ourselves together, or is this just a pause before the next push? And those of you who learned early on that being capable wasn't an option, but it was survival, some of you are exhausted because you've been living inside that space, that identity that worked once before, but now you're realizing that it really wasn't working. And you're realizing what it's actually costing you and has been costing you. It doesn't mean that you're less capable. It just means that you now need to work with your system as it tries to protect what's left of you. I'm not giving you a checklist, but I want to name what actually keeps you from breaking yourself down again. First, predictability before possibility. So at this stage, your body doesn't want inspiration. You can barely handle that. It wants to know what's coming. Am I safe? What is coming? What do we need to do? So keep your routines. Same bedtime. Try and find familiar routines that bring you comfort. Less daily switch ups. Try and keep it consistent because that's the least of your worries at this point. You don't want to have to make too many different choices. Now, it might seem boring, and it probably will be, but what you need right now and what your system needs is not excitement and variety. It was asking me to stop starting it over every single day. It needs to feel safe. You're going to stop budgeting your life on energy that you no longer have. What you do has to match what you've got. I can't go traveling, long distances when I only have 2 miles worth of gas in the tank. It's not about what you think you should have, it's what you actually have. Some days will look small in comparison to the standards that you're used to. It's you being honest with yourself. Pushing past your real capacity doesn't help rebuild you. It keeps you in that depleted state, the state we don't want to be in anymore. Third, you're going to observe, not plan. You've heard me mention something like this before. This isn't the season to map out your next big chapter. Just notice. Notice what drains you, what doesn't, what's a neutral, what adds to your tank. We just want to get to a safe space where we can move to the next step after the awareness. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat this, but this is the part where most people rush because it's not exciting. It's sometimes mundane. It's boring. And it's why burnout keeps coming back even when they think that they are healed. When you rush this part, your body resists. It's like taking the glass dish out of the freezer. Maybe you've made lasagna, maybe you've made peach cobbler ahead of time and you wanted to freeze it. You take it out of the freezer, you put it straight into a hot oven. The dish looks fine, it's heat resistant, but that sudden temperature change leads to a disaster, and what's going to happen? It's going to crack. Transitions require a gradual warming. So if you rush it, your structure is going to give way and you're going to find yourself right back where you once were. And that's how our bodies work. Now, you can see the finish line. Maybe you can see the recovery coming. You can see yourself getting better. You can see life right there. And you want it because you want to move yourself out of this state. But your system isn't done warming up. It's not done adjusting yet. And that resistance is information that you are going to need. For now, give some distance between big life decisions and changes, any declarations of who you are becoming. Let all of that leave your mind. Also, trying to force yourself to find the meaning in everything that's happening to you, your perspective is still shifting. Remember how we talked about burnout affecting perspective. So you're still shifting. Things will be clearer once you steady yourself. And that steadying that I'm talking about, it involves slowing down. And that slowdown may start to feel like disobedience in a way because you're used to the go, go, go. When you pause, it's almost as if you're letting down yourself, the people around you. You might even feel that you're letting God down in some way by letting life fall apart in your perspective. But stop equating your go-go exhaustion version of yourself with being faithful. You are more faithful when you're actually aligned with what the Creator wants for you, and that's a balanced state of living. Rest isn't a retreat. It's not a treat. It's not something earned. It's necessary for this reorientation of you to yourself. And you're not experiencing burnout because you weren't being grateful enough. It shows up when you keep overriding innate systems that were meant to keep you intact. Stillness and taking that pause is where our ability to discern gets to get back on track. It was offline, now it can get back online. It's where you remember what you need to pick up, what you need to put down. If you notice something change within you when you realize you were burned out, that's awareness. And that reorientation phase that you're in isn't about fixing yourself. It's about protecting what's trying to come through. It's about not needing your 5-year vision plan. It's about needing enough inner quiet time to really, truly listen to your own direction. Realign yourself with the Creator. Ease the strain, rebuild the trust, and then choose your next step. Check out this playlist here for more about this topic. God willing, I'll see you in the next one.